Good morning. As you can see, I am back in my house. The conditions were kind of bad up there yesterday, but I still had a great time, and that's the thing about the little miracles we were talking about. Just enjoying the little moments and the little gifts that we are given each and every day, and having gratitude for those, because the more we can acknowledge the little gifts, the more we'll see and the more we'll realize how fortunate each of us really is, even when we're not feeling so lucky or part of things. So, and that leads us to today. First, I want to say happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing well. Good morning, Bronny. How are you? Today we are going to talk about loneliness and feeling lonely. And so if you have questions around this, I want you to go ahead and ask. Good morning, Rosario. Hi, Tina. So talking about loneliness and feeling lonely, especially, if you do this work, I've noticed that a lot of empaths, psychics, mediums tend to feel pretty lonely anyway. Good morning, Suzanne. I don't know if it's because we kind of grew up in our own world, or in a world that we thought other people wouldn't understand, that we had to kind of keep to ourselves or learn how to keep to ourselves. So we tend to feel lonely. I mean, maybe I'm the only one. So if none of you feel lonely, then let me know. But I think thank you. I think we, as empaths, light workers, and even just everyday people who really want to draw in that love, kind of deal with loneliness and why isn't that partner here. So I want to thank you, Bronny. I'm not alone, Bronny says. But what I want to talk about is, like, how do we deal with that? How do we deal with this feeling of being lonely, but also wanting to help other people, but also maybe wanting someone in our lives? It's a lot of balls in the air. So, a couple of things to do is, first of all, start making sure you feel happy alone, like you feel okay by yourself. I think that that's really important, that we can be by ourselves and feel complete, feel okay. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Jackie. We want to feel complete, that we don't need someone, but yet it does feel nice to have someone. So that's one point, is to make sure you are doing things that keep you active, that keep you interested, that you join groups that you feel like you're a part of. I think sometimes even in this spiritual circle, we can join groups but still feel very lonely. Sometimes, again, I think I've mentioned this before, you say, oh, I found my tribe. Well, maybe you don't feel that way after a few months, or that loneliness kicks back in. So finding things to do to keep yourself busy, and keep yourself active in things that you enjoy, that's going to help alleviate some of that loneliness. Now, the second thing is, what if you do want to bring in a partner? What if you say, I want someone in my life? Well, you got to kind of go after that a bit. You have to take action towards that. It's not easy, but everyone, so many times I hear people say, well, the online dating thing hasn't worked for me. I don't like it. I'm thinking, well, no kidding. I mean, of course, I'm sorry, what part of it was supposed to be fantastic? Every single date, or what? I mean, that's the idea, is you have to kind of still put yourself out there. I mean, if you're not willing to go to places and make eye contact and open up conversation with finding someone, then you have to find other routes. I mean, people aren't just going up to people anymore. So good morning, Julie. So we have to put ourselves out there, have to make an effort to meet people, especially if it's, we're trying to bring in a partner. And again, doing things you love is a great way to do it. So if you like horseback riding or wine tasting or traveling, if you like to travel, then find a traveling group that, is with people that are single. That's a great way to start. And it sounds a little bit far-fetched sometimes, because we're so used to working in our box. But until we change our box, the box isn't going to change. You know, you have to start doing things differently if you want to see change. It's not going to change the way you're doing it. So if how you're doing it isn't working, think of ways to say, how can I make this better? How can I pull this person in? How can I make myself more active? And again, it's really tough with the psychic mediums out there or empaths. You know, you may not want to be out and about, or maybe difficult. Again, we want to kind of sometimes hide, but we can't. We got to kind of put ourselves out there. Put yourself out there in a way that says, I'm gonna interact with people. So sometimes it's the hardest thing, interacting with people, right? Don't you think? So I want to know, if you're feeling lonely, tell me you're feeling lonely. Share it. Let's talk about it. Because if we talk about, hey, I feel lonely, that's good. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Exactly, Suzanne, right. So if you don't try something new or something different or put it out there, you're never going to expand or grow or maybe pull in that partner that you're hoping to. So try it. Try a little something different, you know, and find that peace within yourself. Especially if you're feeling lonely. The holidays, Valentine's Day, let's just be specific. You know, you're starting to see the commercials, which they're wonderful. I love to see these true love commercials. I love them, but I'm also like, So watching the commercials of true love is a part of it. But if you want that true love, then say, you know what do I need to do differently to at least let the universe know I'm open? So many people say, oh, I'm open to it. I'm wondering where he is. I'm wondering. I've been waiting. And I'll say, okay, great. Are you going out and being social? No. I hate going out. Okay. Are you dating online? No. That online thing, that never works for me. That just isn't. And I'm like, okay, then how are you expecting to meet them? Oh, in my daily life. At what? Your office? In your cubicle? What? So, you know, unless you're willing to do something different, you know. So Mary, I'm not making excuses, but it's hard for me, a mother of young kids. You know, Mary, absolutely it's tough. It's very, very tough. You know, but you know, Mary, it is a little bit about filling that cup first before you can fill the kid's cup. So, you know, if you're feeling a little lonely, you know, just, you know, maybe you can find someone to watch those kids a couple hours, and you just say, for those couple hours, I'm going to go do something for myself that puts me in a place to draw or attract. I mean, try to find compromise in it, because if we don't find compromise in our situations, we're going to lock ourselves away. We're really... See, Julie, I'm glad you met your soulmate second time around. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it is that second time around. The first time we're lonely, young, or didn't know any better, or didn't know what we wanted. And that's great. And sometimes, right, you have to have the courage to leave a bad relationship before, you know, you say, I know what I want. This is what I'm going to pull in. So I want each of you to say to yourselves, if you're feeling, like, even if you're in a relationship, even if you do have children, I think you can still feel lonely. And maybe that comes from those moments where you're not taking care of self. You know, especially if you find yourself taking care of everybody else. Thanks, Julie. Maybe if you find yourself taking care of everybody else, and you feel that that's your duty or your responsibility, but, you know, it can be lonely. It still can be lonely. Deep connections with others, feeling it, and friendships. You know, Rosario, that's amazing, and that's great that you feel that deep connection. But I think through my personal experience, again, I've been in a lot of groups, and I thought a lot of people were close connections, and they weren't. Or it changes. You know, sometimes the universe changes. What comes in, it comes out. Either one. But it has left me feeling very lonely. But it is sometimes spirit too. You have to kind of go through that lonely phase to kind of go to the next vibration, go kind of to the next level, maybe, as they say. But and then we pull in new people, pull in new experiences and things like that. So I love you guys. You guys make me feel good. So through your loneliness, it is about finding ways to make yourself feel fulfilled. Really important. Stay true to who you are. So if you have a passion and a hobby, especially this work, for instance, if you did this work initially because it was fun, because you enjoyed it, you didn't really realize what it is, and now you're starting to do it more professionally, so there's more pressure, you have to go back and find that way to find that passion still within it. That's why these daily things are really fun. I love doing these because I'm passionate about working with people and being with people and talking to people, and this is a reminder of why we do this. Why are we here? We are here for one another. And we all have emotions. We all have experiences. So knowing that if you're feeling lonely, you're not alone in that feeling. And that's the whole idea, is that you're not ever really alone. So reaching out, trying something new, connecting to people, and maybe even connecting to a friend and saying, I'm feeling kind of lonely right now. Just saying it might help alleviate that energy, that feeling that you're understanding, wow, I'm feeling a little lonely. Or reach out to a friend and say, would you like to get together? Would you like to come over? Just having that conversation. I'm so very glad I was part. Oh, that was very sweet. Very, very sweet. Awesome, Rosario. I'm excited. So this is great. I hope you guys got a little something out of it, and knowing that we can all connect to the feeling of being lonely, and also connect to the idea that we have to find ways to fulfill our own needs, our own wants, our own desires in a way that makes us feel good. Again, if you're one of those people that takes care of people all of the time, I guarantee there's probably a part of you that feels a little lonely because you're not doing the things for yourself as well. So please try to do that. If you want a companion to go to a movie with or to go to a dinner with, find ways to put yourself out there, please, because and last time I checked, FedEx and UPS were not delivering them at the door. And trust me, I order a lot. They don't. Every time I say, where is he? Where is he? They don't deliver them. So you have to go out there. Put yourself out there. Try a little something different. With Valentine's Day coming up, if you have a partner, you have love in your life, bask in it. Be grateful for it. Have up with it. And then have the moments of saying, I'm glad I have love, but I'm also going to find love too. I'm also going to put myself out there to connect with people in a way that says we're all one, because we really are. So when you're feeling lonely, just take a moment to say, why am I feeling this way? So what is it I feel that is missing? Okay. Is it that I'm just needing to pull in different people, needing to kind of try something new in a new group? Am I needing to find ways to date, bring someone in, and then become solution oriented? Use actions just a little bit at a time. Just, like David G says, lean in the direction. I love that. I love this David G guy. If you haven't heard of him, he's got amazing meditations that help. But lean in the direction, because I want you all to feel love and not lonely, okay? And if you're feeling lonely, reach out. Each morning we have this daily cup of inspiration. It's you and me together. We can talk. You can ask questions. I want you to bring up topics that we can talk about. What is on your mind that you say, Colby, let's talk about this, okay? And if you can, like the professional page, maybe share these videos, because you never know. Maybe you have a friend or a family member that could benefit from the videos that we're doing here, okay? And hope you enjoyed the Daily Cup of Inspiration. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Oh, thanks, Julie. Thank you. Bye, you guys. See you later. See you tomorrow.